Priscilla is the one that's introduced me to the speakers that are speaking here today. And let me tell you, I have grown in leaps and bounds ever since.
Power.
And my throat has actually also scratched as much because we laugh.
Yeah.
So thank you very much, Priscilla, for the introductions to this powerful women. My first question to you is, people usually, when they fall into a sinkhole of depression, because of the things that every speaker has touched on, you no longer want to be in your job, but you are forced to be there because of the money, the many things that Ella has highlighted in the book. You seem to have found another way out of this pit hole. What would you advise others dealing with workplace traumas?
Okay, good afternoon, everybody. Yeah, I'm the beautiful one at home. No, but it's very obvious. Yeah.
Let's not take our note that you don't read into here. Maybe just ask vote and I like
Anyway, yeah. Keto, you've touched on a subject that is actually quite close to my heart. And maybe before I start, I think it's very important to read an extract from Ella's book, which for me epitomizes exactly why I started on this journey. So in one of the chapters, she speaks about how she managed, and she quotes living a healthy lifestyle. So I'm going to read. I remember huffing and puffing in the streets of foreign land whilst playing The Amazing Race. And I was miserable. I was miserable about my work environment, about my body, and that's when I decided to take charge. I was at a low point, and this was going to be a body, mind, and spirit intervention. This was my turning point. Although I had been attending church, my relationship with God had been on an autopilot mode for a while. I elevated this relationship in many ways, praying and fasting, serving in the church, and seeking counsel from my leaders. My relationship with my body and food became healthier. I lived the elegance mantra, which is love the food that loves you back. I joined the studio gym and rekindled my love for healthier foods. I lost the excess waste and embraced my body anew. And I'm going to end it there. So when you fall into a pit, the likely thing that's going to happen to you is that you're actually going to then start engaging on unhealthy lifestyles. And it then becomes a vicious circle. You are unhealthy, and because you're unhealthy, you gain. And because you gain, you... How?
I'm not comfortable this one. What is it? I can't see that.
That was very random, eh? I think they were agreeing to your book, hence Amanda, my sister. Yeah. So I was saying to you, then it becomes a vicious cycle. You are depressed, and a lot of us turn to food, unhealthy food, when we are depressed. And then you eat, and you gain weight, and with the weight gain is a loss of self-esteem.
Indeed.
Yes.
So it literally is, it does that.
Yeah.
So one day, I woke up and I looked in the mirror and I said, this is no longer it. And this lifestyle, guys, it changes a lot of things. So why do I say so? The first thing that happens is that it requires discipline. To wake up or to decide, I'm waking up at 5 in the morning, takes a lot of commitment, takes a lot of self-discipline, and it says something about your character. But we forget, and we tend to then disassociate the direct link between what that determination to wake up in the morning does in the work environment.
Amen.
So if I'm disciplined enough to do things that are going to help me in the future, because it's not a short-term gain, it's something that happens over time. Imagine if you took that and you transferred it to the work environment, what it can do for you. We had a lot of people saying that we get recognition by the things that we do. You stand out. If you are disciplined, you stand out. If you are disciplined, if you are determined, you stand out. If you are committed. And this lifestyle embodies all of those things.
Amen.
So that's the first part. The second part, which is a byproduct, I always say to people, if you come to this lifestyle because you want to shed off weight quickly, it's not for you.
What's the purpose?
The purpose goes beyond the weight loss. As you shed off the weight and you start seeing what you are capable of doing, there's something it does in terms of shifting your mindset. It says, I can do it. And I always say to people, now take that and translate it to a work environment. I get given a difficult task. And because in my own personal space, when I was a size 40, I said I'm going to get to a size 32 and I did. It then says to you, in the work environment, I am capable of even tackling this challenge. So guys, it's deeper than what a lot of people think it is. The third thing, when you shed off that weight, what it then does is that it builds self-confidence and a firm and a strong belief in what you are capable of doing. A confident person stands out.
Amen. Amen.
And there's a lot of things that you gain as a result. When I started the journey of this fitness journey, honestly, guys, my life changed. I flew. I literally flew. As I was gaining accolades, as I was gaining a recognition from people saying, you look absolutely amazing, there is something that shifted in me. And because of that, I started winning awards. So you might look at it as just a weight loss, but you are regaining yourself.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's regaining yourself. And that's why for me, whenever I speak to people, I always say to people, you will never understand what you are capable of until you step out of that bed, wear those gym clothes, and go and exercise. Because it's not easy. So yeah, that's what it is. And that's why for me, this book, whenever I speak to people, I say to them, your battle is won within yourself first.
Yeah.
Before you go and win battles outside. And the way you equip yourself is spiritual, mentally, and physically. And the physical aspects then repeat with everything else.
Awukaze ukuthi ungangichazela kanjalo first. Ngikaze ngachazelwa kanjalo sengizojima.
I got a in there.
Mina my motto is if indlela engidistance engiyigijimayo imoto changes gears, I should be walking it right. From now on in the gym. But to say that at the same time, I need to ask you, we're mothers, we're wives, we are friends, we are daughters. It's kind. What works for you? How is it that you're able to maintain these many faces and still zone in to this particular one of physique, which we always make excuses of saying is sick. I can excuse it, please, such a sick. But how is it? What works for you?
You've covered various facets of me that are quite critical in my life. I have a husband. I have 2 very beautiful boys and a lot of other kids that are close to my heart. I have amazing friends that I love with everything that's in me. But those friends, and I'm a sister. And the only way that I ensure that they have the best of me for a long time is if I'm still alive. That's the only way. So what motivates me to wake up in the morning is that I want the world that is so close to me to still have the best of me at 100. That's all. So that's the motivation that keeps me going. That's the motivation that wakes me up in the morning, seeing my kids happy and being able to throw ball with them and run around with no ache is the best gift that can ever be given. Dancing with Ella, Sashama get down, and being happy and not say, ooh, what's wabuhlungu on, is what keeps me going. Laughing with you, we take it for granted, Fitfam, that you are able to laugh. But if you are sick and that chest is tight, it becomes very difficult for you to laugh. So how do I then enjoy those life best moments if I myself am not good? So that's the thing that for me that encourages me. I wake up because I want to live, and I want to live for those people I love.
Wow.
Yeah.
Ubofunda to speak to it directly about Gushisi. Last but not least, please can you let us know how we get a hold of you? Flying on your business.
Okay, my business is called Flying Coach, and a lot of you are going to wonder why I've specifically chosen Flying Coach. One, it was inspired by Leandro Bazaneshli Lapayana. She used to invite me to these family boot camps, and it started off, Ngiyathanda ukujiva bafethu, those that know me. Give me a stage, give me music, and I will be there jiving. So I started off as the dancing coach, and for some reason it then evolved and it became the flying coach. But then for me that stayed. Why did it stay? It stayed on the side of fly. When you fly, you unleash the giant in you. When you fly, you uncover things that you didn't know about yourself, then make you a better version of yourself. When you fly, nothing can be a ceiling. You break, you shatter the glass ceilings, because when you feel that those ceilings are too much for you, you just fly above them. So that's why for me it's Flying Coach, because I am wanting to work with people who I'll then enable them to unleash the potential they have within them, so that they too can fly in whatever aspect that they find themselves in. So I'm Flying Coach, and I work with these beautiful young men who have really done a lot for me in terms of making sure that my business is taking shape. So I have a Facebook page, it's Flying Coach. I also have a YouTube channel. In COVID times when none of us could go to gym, and by the way, some of you have gym membership where Imanienu has developed 6-pack when you've never been there. I then encourage people to do that at the comfort of their home without having to go out. And then I have YouTube videos where I then you can watch them. The YouTube channel is called Flying Coach.
Okay. Thank you very much.